So this late breaking this morning, it was reported that the International Atomic Energy Agency, the IAEA, and the Islamic Republic of Iran have agreed today, November 11th, to strengthen their cooperation and dialogue aimed at ensuring the exclusively peaceful nature of Iran's nuclear program through the resolution of all outstanding issues that have not already been resolved by the IAEA. It was agreed that Iran and IAEA will cooperate further with respect to verification activities to be undertaken by the IAEA to resolve all present and past issues. It's foreseen that Iran's cooperation will include providing the IAEA with timely information about its nuclear facilities, and in regard to the implementation of transparency measures, activities will proceed in a step-by-step manner. In other words, this is simply a preliminary agreement to continue to pursue an agreement, which is good. According to Laura Rosen over the weekend, negotiations, which included the United States and 3 European counterparts, UK Foreign Secretary William Hague, French Foreign Minister Laurent Fabius, and German Foreign Minister Guido Westerwelle. I'm sorry. And the European Union Foreign Policy Chief Catherine Ashton were to meet apparently on Saturday. There was disagreement amongst those 5 as to how to, I guess, position themselves in regards to negotiations with Iran. It is clear that France scuttled any type of sort of unity amongst those 5 because apparently they are engaging in negotiations with the Saudis, who are pissed that we are making overtures to Iran. There's a lot of things at play here. I believe negotiations have resumed. I don't know how that was resolved on the 5 side, I guess. But it's moving forward. But understand there's a lot of working pieces here. It's not just John McCain and Lindsey Graham who may have issues with negotiations with Iran. The Israelis, obviously, the Saudis. Primarily, those are the 2 biggest players, right, in the region who would have a problem, yes?
Yeah, and the Saudis might even have a more deeper problem with this potentially than the Israelis.
Because the Israelis, I mean, if they could, I mean, it's hard to say. I don't know what, I don't think Netanyahu, you could put him inside a safe room, inside a safe room, and he would still just about to be bombed, you know. But theoretically, at least, there's a security issue here for the Israelis.
There's some Israeli realists and former intelligence guys who say this is the right approach and this can happen.
Because theoretically, their goal is security. The Saudi goal is simply to maintain hegemony in that region over the Iranians. And if the Iranians, the sanctions are lifted, if they are accepted as a member of the international community, that is going to necessarily, in other words, peace with Iran, even a mutually verifiable peace with Iran, is bad news for the Saudis, because their interests go beyond security into some form of domination of the region.
They also, the Shia-Sunni thing is a big deal for them,
yes,
too.
I mean, that's the driver
like real.
behind it, right?
That's not all just, and I think, definitely.
So that is that. Of course, it doesn't help with Netanyahu saying the American Jews must stop this. I don't know how that is supposed to happen.
He's a disaster.
He seems to be having a little bit of a nervous breakdown.
And because he wants to keep using Iran as a distraction from Israel's obligations that it doesn't meet with
to its own people and to the Palestinians as well.
Yeah, I mean, so it's just he wants it always there as a crush, and his taught, like his last address, where he called Rouhani a wolf in sheep's clothing, whereas Ahmadinejad was a wolf in wolf's clothing.
Right.
It's ridiculous. It's completely. It's quite.
Didn't he say a wolf's in members only clothing?
Members only Persia edition?
That's right.